Hello, hello, hello. Good morning, everybody. It's 2 o'clock in the morning, and I just logged in. I honestly just finished work, and it's another video for us today. I promise you, I will try and do 1 or 2 content or more per week so that you guys can continue to be entertained here in my channel. We do our best anyway, okay? So anyway, I know I promised some of you, and some of you are watching or waiting for the part 2 of my enhancement guide. Okay, I know some of you are wanting to see how much we're going to spend for enhancing all the gears of my academic from level 1 to level 30, all of it, including the accessories. Now, I honestly didn't have time today, so I'm gonna postpone that sometime this week or next week. I do promise you, however, that we will proceed with that part 2 of the enhancement guide, okay? Just give me some time. Now, for today, though, we're going to be tackling on one question. By the way, before anything, if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please hit subscribe, hit like for this video, because I've given a lot of thought for this video. And also hit the notification button. Don't forget to like and share as well. Okay, now today we're going to be tackling a very basic question here as to what type of character is good for you or your personality. Okay, that's a very basic question, but a very legit question indeed. So without further ado, let's go ahead and take a look at the available characters that you can play. Okay, and trust me when I say this, I have 2 accounts. This is the first account, okay? My main is my cleric. This is my cleric, okay? And I also have played, Sork. Okay, not a lot, only level 5. I played warrior. And I played archer. I also have played in my other server, I also have in Velskad, my first server, because I came from Velskad. I've also have a Slayer there. This guy was wicked fast until the server actually crashed. So I have a Slayer there, and of course I have my academic on Berlin on my Gmail account. So I basically I could say myself as to I'm basically able to tell which is the best character that's suited for you and your personality. I can tell you some general differences, okay? So let's just go to Velskad because I have a character slot open there, okay? Now, let's go over here, all right? Let's just define each character as they are, okay? Now, the main character, they say, here in World of Dragoness is the warrior. As the description says, warrior fights in the front lines based on his strong close combat abilities, immense strength. So obviously, if you're the type of guy who wants to be the star of the show, okay, a supporting role, and at the same time, well, not a supporting role, but a star of the show, the warrior is best for you. Why? Because the warrior basically charges in the front line, okay, and it's built to last. The warrior has a lot of support and role capabilities that can resist slow, that can resist stun resistance, and all of that thing, and it dishes out huge amounts of damage from his skill. Now, in my opinion, the warrior here is actually a good one-on-one PvP class. I think if you're talking about just one-on-one PvP, the warrior would be up on that level of, top 2 or top 1 level when it comes to one-on-one PvP, okay? Because it can dish out damage, it has a lot of disables, and, it has a good amount of armor, okay? So that's for the warrior. Now, let's go to the archers, okay? Now, the archers, I played an archer for a significant amount of time, just under level 10 or level 15. But I found the archer really enjoyable to play. And as a matter of fact, I think the archers are the easiest to play when it comes to grinding because they're ranged and they attack really fast. They're really nimble, okay? And they can dish out tons of damage, especially if you built it on penetration or critical. They can dish out tons of damage from afar, okay? And the thing about the thing about I hate about what I hate about archers is that they're acrobats, so meaning they have a lot of roll skills that will enable you to actually evade the attack while being invulnerable during the skill. Okay, so those are the archers. So if you're the type of person who wants to do a range, sort of a damage dealer type and just waiting for the right opportunity to strike, then the archer is the character for you. Okay, my character right now, my main character is the cleric. Okay, the cleric supposedly is a melee fighter who blocks enemies' attacks with holy magic in front of the party. So in essence, the cleric in World of Dragoness is the tank. Okay, we are the tanks, baby. So we are in the center of attention for every raid, for every guild war, for every massive MMO war. Tanks are always the center of attention. Now, unlike the warrior, however, the cleric usually has a hard time dishing out damage from his skill. Okay, now I know you're gonna tell me, hey Van, what about you? How come you can dish out a lot of damage from your skills? It's because, ladies and gentlemen, my CP is really, really high. Okay, therefore I can one-hit people. But given that all things are normal, one-on-one, the cleric, essentially the use of the cleric is a walking time bomb. The base amount of cleric, the base skill of the cleric is the damage reflect, which is essentially like a suicidal note for clerics, and at the same time it dishes out and can kill a lot of people during team wars. Okay, one-on-one, it really depends on the cleric user if he's really good. The cleric also has a lot of field disruption skills. Okay, like dropping a wand in the middle of the field and at the same time dropping a huge cross in the middle of the field and just hitting everyone who goes into that cross. Okay, now let's go to the sorceress or the magician. Okay, well, obviously sorcerers are range type nukers. Okay, these guys are the nukers. So the archer is a range type damage dealer. Okay, it's different from a nuker because the sorcerer can dish out billions and tons and tons and tons of damage in an instant from afar. Okay, the only difference between the sorc and the archer is that the archer is typically faster than the sorc. Okay, the archers are faster than the sorc. It's just that the sorc can dish out more damage. Okay, but they're a little soft than the archer because the archers have a lot of abilities to evade. Not to mention that the sorcs also have blink and evasion. If you run a sorc right, for me, sorcerers are very, very technical. Okay, so you need to time the blink right. You need to time your nukes right. So you need perfect timing if you want to have a sorc. If you're the type of player who wants to have one hit huge damage nuker type, then the sorc probably is for you. You don't want to get involved in a fight. You don't want to be messy in a fight. You just want one time big bomb damage, then the sorc is for you. Now, slayers, if you're the type of person who wants to dish out damage, disable your enemies, and freaking crit them, one hit crit them, then the slayer is good for you. A huge advantage of the slayer is that most of the slayer's skills actually entails a debuff like silence, disable, stun. So once a slayer decides on a target, okay, so slayers basically are like assassins. Once a slayer decides on a target and that target is all alone with no help, then that target better pray, because the Slayer would definitely kill it and silence it and stun it until their HP bar goes to 0. Okay, so Slayers are the assassin for this game. Okay, last but not least, this is the newest job. This is the academic. Okay, the academics are somewhat a hybrid of an archer, in my opinion, an archer and a sorceress. Okay, so the academics are best suited, like, I mean, in other games, the academics are the summoners. Okay, they still utilize magic, and they can utilize summons. They can summon cannons. They can summon a huge robot called Alfredo. Okay, and they can also dish out damage if they want from afar. Okay, so those are pretty much the characters that you can choose from. And I'm just gonna log in here to my old Slayer and see if Banana is still topping the Velskad server. Shout out to the people who helped me today with my grind. Sorry, I forgot your IGNs again. I promise to bring you a shout out the next time. So anyway, I hope this guide has helped you. Okay, especially if you're a new player into this game, I hope this guide has helped you. And this guide basically is just based on my opinion. There's no technical in-depth guide for this, but with the amount of time that I've played with the different characters, I think it should be enough. So that's it for this video. I'll see you on the next video, guys, and watch out for the part 2 of my enhancement video. Ciao for now. I love you. Bye.